بلعب جيتار بقالي من 2012، فبقالي 11 سنة بلعب جيتار. بس أنا تلات كبير قوي من سنة 2003. دخلني في الميتال اللي هو الويف بتاع سيستم اوف داون وكورن. بعدها دخلت في كيرسج انجيج ورام اوف جاد وديستربد وافنج سفن فولد، وبعد كده دخلت في تريفيوم في الفليمز. الانفلونسز بتاعتي في السكه دي قوي، بس هم برضه يعتبروا بعاد شويه عن بعض. في العشر سنين اللي فاتوا بدات اخش في شويه حاجات اتقل، دوم ميتال. يعني هي مش اتقل، هي ابطأ واحسن. ف كل الحاجات دي واخده انفلونس في الجيتار بلاينج بتاعي وفي السونج رايتنج. انا بلعب دلوقتي كنت بدات باندز وانا في الجامعه بره، كانوا كفر باندز بس عمري ما كنت بعمل اوريجينالز. ولما جيت مصر بدات اعمل اوريجينالز في سنه 2018. كنت في باند اسمها كاثارسيس في الاول خالص، بس we didn't see eye to eye. I left Catharsis and I started making my own projects. عملت Amenta، عملت Genocide X. كنت في Genocide X at the same time that I was in Catharsis، بس it was a system of non-cover band ساعتها. وبدأنا نعمل originals من حوالي سنة، وأمنتا شغالة بقالها من قبل ما Genocide تعمل originals، يعني من 2020. بس كان اللاين اب دايما متقلب ومش complete. دلوقتي اللاين اب is complete لأول مرة من أول ما بدأت الباند.
Pre-chorus, I guess. I guess it's the pre-chorus.
Hi, my name is Konstantin Schäfer. I'm originally from Germany, 29 years old. I think my original journey with hard music began with Rammstein. In the back of the car, my uncle's car, we used to listen to Rammstein a lot. I was 4 years old, so that was the first time I was exposed. But I think my real journey with metal actually began also with In Flames, which inspired me also to pick up the guitar about age 14. And I've been playing melodic metal ever since. Melodic metal, melodic death metal, metalcore is this guitar-savvy music is what really inspired me to pick up the instrument and stick with it. I've been playing the lead guitar in several bands since I started, originally in Germany. It was usually just like a school band. We used to play on like small shows in school and birthdays, things like that. And then my studies and my work took me abroad, and I kind of went in a bit of a hiatus with guitar. I did continue playing like original songs, just like singer-songwriter style, far away from metal. And then I felt the call of metal again, and I reached out to Yusuf Fahmi, who was the bassist in Amenta. I studied with him in AUC during my semester abroad.
I think الصوت ده أو
How would you describe Amenta to someone?
How would I describe Amenta? بص، احنا فكرنا في الموضوع ده كتير قوي، we reached a point where we called it experimental metal, not because we are experimenting with what we're doing. It's not because it's very complex or something like that, which you would expect when you read experimental metal. It's because we're experimenting. We're not targeting a certain genre. Not all the songs sound the same. فاللي بيطلع معانا and it sounds good to our ears عارفين نشتغل عليه هو اللي هينزل في الإيدي. That's why it's called experimental metal. We are all bringing our different influences. يعني أنا متأكد 100% مثلا إن سيف دماغه مختلفة تماما عني في الميوزك، بس we know how to collaborate in a way where he puts his vocals on what I write, on what Constantine writes, very well. So that's it kind of works. زي في Infinitum, he made it work. رغم ان this is not necessarily the thing that he الانفلونسز بتاعتنا كلها got mixed into the new song with the new EP. يعني مش عارف اقول ايه على النيو EP، بس هو that's not necessarily the sound that's gonna go throughout the whole thing. في حاجات تانية كتير قوي داخلة في الأغاني التانية، يعني مش عايز أحرقها دلوقتي، بس يعني you can wait and see how it's gonna go. Because it's gonna be kind of like a journey. It's not just gonna be one concept زي Infinity.
جامد. طب هل بتبلانوا أي لايف بيرفورمانس؟
يس طبعا احنا نفسنا ننزل لايف، بس احنا دلوقتي مركزين على كتابة الاي بي وتخليص الاي بي بأحسن شكل. يعني انفينيتوم احنا شغالين عليها، احنا بنسهر عليها لحد الصبح. حتى بعد ما السونج رايتنج خلص احنا سهرانين على اغنية لحد الصبح في حاجات تانية كتير. فشايفين ان احنا عايزين نطلع الاي بي بنفس الافورت ده till the end، ولما نخلص من السونج رايتنج وان الاي بي يطلع تماما هنبتدي ندور على حفلة. فوي ثينك ان ده هيحصل في السنة الجاية، يعني في 2024 او late 2023، يعني قول 12 2023 او 11.
We can't wait. ايه اللي inspired الارت ورك بتاع الإيب؟
Okay. معرفش اقولها ازاي يعني.
I think it probably started when Safe listened to the first demo that we did with the guitars, and he said it sounds galactic. That's I think what he how he referred to it. And this whole space theme was born. And I also don't want to talk too much about the lyrics now because I think that's more Safe's realm. But there's this idea of transcendence, which I think is very present in the lyrics, and I think this is also present in the artwork.
Yes. وانا شغال على الارتورك برضه سألت سيف يعني what does the song mean to him؟ وقال لي it's about standing together, that together we can be better. actually the logo هو مش هنا بس يعني اللوجو اللي على الارتورك it's a triquetra which symbolizes togetherness. في حتى من الليركس بتقول we fall to rise again، ف we can't rise again without togetherness in a way. ودي الرونيك language اللي مكتوبة على الامبلم اللي في وسط triquetra, so it's about togetherness. That's what the symbol in the middle means. I'll say what I know about them. خلاص يعني هو يوسف يعني هو أول واحد لعبت معاه مزيكا في مصر. يعني لما جيت كنت بيزيكلي انا لما جيت كنت بعمل ايه؟ كنت بقعد انزل كوفر فيديوز واحطها على جروبس على فيسبوك، وهو كان كل ما انزل فيديو يعني يرياكت او واحد بيرياكت على الفيديوهات بتاعتي كلها. ف لما جيت اخش باند وكده كانوا عايزين بيسست، قلت له رحت مكلمه قلت لهم بصوا في واحد بيرياكت على كل الفيديوهات بتاعتي بيلعب بيس، فانا ايه اكلمه. وبعد كده اكتشفت ان احنا دماغنا قريبه في حته الدوم ميتال وحته النيو ميتال، يعني احنا الاثنين بنحب الجونر ده جدا. ما استريحناش في الباندز اللي احنا دخلناها، فخدنا بعض وايه عملنا امنتا لوحدنا. بس هو he's a really funny guy. he's يعني بص he's like he's kind of special too. مش شخصية شبه أي حد تاني. he's really passionate and energetic about things, about الحاجات اللي بيحبها، يعني ما بيحط حاجة في دماغه بيعملها. بس he can talk about his musical influences أكتر مني. بس سيف بالنسبة لي أنا قابلته لما راتل سنيكس نزلوا معانا في كاسل اوف روك آخر السنة اللي فاتت، وقابلته في كونسرت راتل سنيكس اللي في كاسل اوف روك اللي قبلها كمان، بس احنا ما كناش نازلين فيها معاه. سيف هو على طول قال لي انا عايز اخش امنتا، واكتشفت بدأ يبعت لي باندز فيها فوكلز بطريقة معينة. قال لي I can make this work with the type of music that you're making وكده، وحسيت ان هو عنده the power and the energy and the passion، و he still has it till this day. يعني من ساعة لما بدأنا الباند احنا كل يوم بنتكلم، مفيش يوم ما بنتكلمش، مفيش يوم مش بنعمل فيه progress مع بعض يعني. حتى وهو في اسكندريه بتحس ان هو معانا على طول. فسيف is a really dedicated musician وانا awesome vocalist. يعني هتسمعوه عند رايت سنيكس وهتسمعوه على التراكس بتاعتنا بجد ما يفوتوش صوته.
استمتع توصل.
يس شاء الله تزيد.
Maybe I can talk about Mustafa. He's actually the only one who joined the band after me, so I feel like I'm entitled to. No, but Mustafa, I think when people ask us who's he as a drummer, I think we don't say he's a metal drummer. We say he's a jazz drummer who's into metal. And I think that's really visible also, or audible in how he plays. For me, really what really impressed me from the beginning is he will listen to your song or to a demo that we made, just the guitars, and he'll imagine the big picture. Like he's not just listening to the rhythm section, he's not just imagining the rhythms, he's listening to the lead parts, and he's making the drum lines really correspond with the lead parts. I think this is, when you listen to the solo of Infinitum, you will hear this. It's not I don't even want to say it's a guitar solo, it's a guitar and drum solo. And that's something that that I really appreciate from minute one about Mustafa. And yeah, we're really excited. Like, I mean, he's already sending us his idea for the next tracks, and all I can say is it's also going to be really cool.
جامد ايوه ما قدرتش اركز من كتر الاوسمنس.
يا ريتني سجلتها.
لا احنا بنسجل بس جامد
الله. بقول لك ايه، بوز بسرعه عشان نعرف ان النقطه دي كانت مهمه.
ايوه بالظبط كده.
Okay, so tell us about the new track.
Okay, the new track came with the influences of everybody who entered the band newly. فلو بصيتوا على التراكس القديمة اللي كانت موجودة على سبوتيفاي ويوتيوب هتلاقوا إنها ماشية في سكة تانية خالص. في الأول خالص لما عملنا بندور كنا عايزين نعمل زي صوت جديد تماما. كنا عايزين نستخدم instruments مش موجودة، مش تستخدم في الميتال كتير. influenced by the Egyptian folk instruments شوية. بعد كده أكرموني بعد عن السكة دي شوية، بقى European orchestra based أكتر. وبعد كده الباند دخلت في هايتس. بعد الهايتس دخل كونستانتين، دخل الانفلونسز بتاعته which are more towards the melodic death metal scene. سيف بيحب كلاسيك هيفي ميتال وباور ميتال. انا ويوسف موجودين بنفس الانفلونسز بتاعتنا. يوسف بيحب ستونر وسلudge قوي، وبيحب الجاز قوي كمان. البروجرس بتاعت الريكوردينج هي كالآتي. أنا وكونستا بنكتب الأغاني for the most part. Then the rest of the band edits the structure with us. وإحنا بنتقابل بنسجل اللاينز بتاعتنا على طول. Then we're on a 1 month per track basis with the rest. You have 1 month to record your parts for this song. بعد كده شهر أول مكسها بقى وبتاع. بعد كده الشهر اللي بعده we record the parts for this song ونكسها وهكذا. So this is how we're going right now. واحنا لسه منزلين infinitum, so دلوقتي الشهر بتاع التراك اللي بعده يبتدي. أنا وكونستانتين already مسجلين. We'll meet the rest, record their parts with them. We songwrite, يعني we write their parts with them كمان. We مع بعض يعني it's kind of like a together kind of thing where we like help each other write the parts.
In terms of the process, I think also, I mean, that probably goes without saying to some extent, but we're mostly home recording. So we're usually sitting at home with our audio interfaces and our guitars when we record. Same thing also with the vocals and the bass. For the drums, we did actually go to the studio, but it was a bit of a hassle. So we're trying something different now for the next track. So we'll see how that goes. Yeah.
Okay. ليه اخترت infinitum تبقى هي أول سنجل ولا هي خلصت الأول؟
هي actually كان في like there was another song that was done at around the same time, but we thought infinitum would be nicer to introduce to people first as the first single to be released because it signifies the new direction more that we're going for. فبس عشان to deliver to deliver our new direction in a more powerful way, we thought infinitum was better to release. Honestly, لما بدأت I didn't know إن في bands في مصر أصلا.
اوكي دي مشكلة.
كنت عارف عن Crescent وسكار because they're the guys who basically internationally made it وسمعوا يعني. بس لما بدأت بقى ودخلت جوه السين لقيت bands كتير تاني جوه أنا عرفت إن هم موجودين. بس my inspiration was mostly my love for the music other than عشان Scarab و Crescent the genres بتاعتهم like Scarab does really raw death metal, Crescent does black metal, and it's not my cup of tea either way. What I wanted to do was like bring a new genre that nobody did in Egypt before زي metal مثلا في Genocide. بس مثلا هتلاقي الرود بيعملوا حاجات سيمفونيك وإبك زينا برضه يعني بس برضه I love that stuff so I want to make it two way بس.
اوكي طيب ممكن تكلمنا عن your experience في التراك ده؟
My experience in that track. Well, I mean, I think the track started when we were actually working on a different track, and I just started doodling a riff, and then Ismail was like, "Oh, ممكن أبقى track." And I think my experience was that I had a lot of, so basically the first tracks we started working on, Ismail already had like a basic line for them. So it was basically me adding lead lines to the idea that Ismail already had. With infinitum it was the opposite. Like we started with a lead line and then built the track around it. And I think that lead line just basically came from a place of wanting to do metal. You know, like this was just like I've been starving for metal. And I think my personal influences are also visible in it. Like I think it was inspired by what I've been listening and playing to a lot around the time, which is In Flames and Trivium, and you know also other melodic death metal and metalcore bands in that genre. And yeah, I just wanted to have like a powerful riff that is recognizable throughout the song, and this is I think the main theme that you can hear through infinitum.
Tell us about the experience of being part of Amenta.
I think it was like a really, or it is still a really unreal experience for me sometimes because you know I mean I didn't know anything about the Egyptian metal scene until like a year ago maybe. You know, coming from abroad, I've been here in Egypt for like 3 years now, but it never really crossed my mind to start doing metal here until I started, you know, like getting more into it and being introduced to the band members. And for me, it's just unreal how well everything clicks. You know, given our geographic backgrounds, given our musical backgrounds, none of us are listening to the same thing in their cars, except maybe Ismail and I. So it's for me, it's just crazy how little, like, we don't have any differences about the creative directions, and this is something that's very, very rewarding. Like, we've been moving very fast, extremely fast, I think, with songwriting. We basically wrote the whole EP, I think, in 2 months, something like that. And that was just such an intense and really rewarding experience, and it still is.
ممكن تحكي لنا عن أمنتا القديمة؟
Yes, Amenta القديمة. I think whenever I introduce myself, اديت نبذة صغيرة. Basically, we were going at a good pace. كنا بنتقابل كل أسبوع to work on ideas, بس the ideas never came through. اللي ظهر على سبوتيفاي اللي نزل were the ideas that went through بالعافية. It was a rewarding experience, but it was for me كإسماعيل, it was a learning experience. Learning experience for recording, learning experience for how to judge the mixes اللي بتجيلي, learning experience for writing instruments أنا مش بلعبها. There was no drummer. أنا كنت بحط drum lines, synth lines برضو كنت experiment بيها قوي. فأنا شايف إن the two early tracks بتوع Amenta signified that learning experience for me. بعدها دخلت بدأت أكتب tracks مع Genocide. فبس I think what Infinitum now is like the climax of that learning experience بقى through time. يعني اللي هو في 3-4 سنين اللي فاتوا I was learning and developing myself